In 1994, Susan Smith blamed a fictitious black man she claimed carjacked her, kidnapping her two babies in the process. In actuality, she stepped out of her car and let the car go to a lake, drowning her two babies, all so she could be in a relationship with a man who didn't want a family. For 9 days, she was in the news crying about her babies, though I don't remember ever seeing an actual tear. By the ninth day, she knew her shit was looking sketchy, and she confessed. I bring up Susan because she used who she knew would be a believable scapegoat as the boogeyman. She knew her audience. She knew her country. She knew enough about the history of vilifying black folks to know she'd be believed off top. And so it was this week with black women. This week, black men Susan Smithed us. Upon learning Michael B. Jordan is allegedly dating some non-black but seemingly brown model, they took to the internet, claiming black women would be boycotting the highly anticipated Black Panther film, possibly the blackest thing to happen to us since the last solar eclipse. They lied on us. They knew their audience. They knew their country. They knew about the history of vilifying black women, so they fabricated a story that fit right into the tired-ass idea all sisters are bitter and spend whatever time they have between looking good and staving off everyday racism, stalking celebrity black men online to see if they are dating, might date, or date nothing but non-black women so we can find ways to boycott their entire existence. This time, there was no major tragedy. There was no crime to be solved, no killer to catch. There wasn't even some lying-ass white woman to blame for the damage. This time, it was black men trying to frame fictitious black women. To clear the air, we are not boycotting Black Panther. I am counting down the days until it comes out. I intend to take the day off from work. I'm going to wear a dashiki and maybe wrap my hair, but not too high because we all need a chance to see the screen well. I'm going to sit in that theater, swelling with black-ass pride, and I'm going to talk about how much I loved that shit, even if I really don't love it at all. It was tiresome as hell to see how easy it was for folks to believe the worst about black women. It is disheartening to not seem worthy of the benefit of the doubt. It gets old having someone else try to write our narrative and frame us as angry and resentful as a general rule. Though I'm sure there may be a bitter Betty here and there planning to boycott this movie, the majority of us are too busy working, loving our people, nursing our edges, and maintaining our melanin to care who Michael B. Jordan dates. See you February 16th.
I bet you don't even have a cooking arm, sir. You don't have a cooking arm. You know the meme. I like it.
Thank you for tuning in to Tackling Tomfoolery. I'm Malika Rogers.
And I'm A.M. Lewis.
And today we have a special guest. Tell them who you are.
Oh my God.
Hello, this is Sergio Villarreal. Sergio Villarreal.
Yes, Sergio Villarreal, a.k.a. Jimmy Flowers.
A.K.A. Chocolate Mousse. A.K.A. Tall Extra Hot Mocha. Respected.
A.k.a. Bread and Butter. A.k.a. Chocolate Thunder.
For real.
A.k.a. Pound Cake.
Oh, yeah. And in the vicinity of 28th and K, A.K.A. Chocolate Raspberry.
Oh.
Hey.
Oh, shit. Oh, my gosh.
That does not happen every day. So all of him are here today. So.
Yes.
Thanks for hanging out with us today.
Hey, thanks for having me. This is awesome. I don't really do too many podcasts as far as listening goes, but yeah, you guys are like one of the 3 or 4.
I'll take that. I'm that as opposed to like you guys are one of the 50 I listen to, and you're 49 on that list. I appreciate that it's one of the handful.
Oh boy,
that sounds way better. You're in my top 62 of podcasts I listen to. Coming in right at number 58. So, so glad to be here. The other 57 didn't want me, but I am glad to be here.
Right.
Hey. Anyway, so I guess we'll get it cracking with some highs and lows.
Checking out the fellas, the highs and lows.
AM to have, I guess we'll start with a low so we could end on a high note.
On a high? You know what? I do not have a low for today.
Oh, no, low.
No, my week was between the last show and now has been somewhat blissful, although uneventfully so. But I don't have any lows, and I was gonna try to find one, and then I thought, why?
Just be glad you don't have one.
Why? So I do not have a low today.
I can respect that.
My high is similar to what it was last week. Today was my first day back to work after 5 days off. It was the most amazing, glorious, shiftless 5 days ever. Seriously, but it really, the way that I bounced back into work today, 45 minutes early, knocking stuff out left and right, just really reiterated to me the importance of listening to your body and doing what it tells you to do, and self-care, especially in the holiday season. We're so busy typically running around, and it's cool. You're seeing friends, you're seeing family, but I had done all of that and just took this time to restore and watch copious amounts of Netflix, HBO, and Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a good time. It was a good time in my life. And on today, I was ready to face I was ready to face the world again. That was my high, my time off, and the way I spent it.
Amen.
Yeah.
Serge?
Oh, I gotta say, my low feeds right into what she was just talking about. I did not take very good care of myself over the holidays. Yeah, I am fucking exhausted. I was more tired after my time off than I was before I left.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, I went back into work this week with a really, really bad attitude that I dare you to say something to me so I can quit. Say something. I don't even care if it's good morning. Say good morning and this shit is over. I'm done. But yeah, no, that was it. I let the holidays get on top of me and they had their way with me. And I was not a happy camper.
You need a vacation for your vacation.
Yeah, I just want like a day that doesn't exist. Like, because people like, oh, I get my Saturday, and you're like, man, I gotta go do adult shit on Saturday, and then Sunday, you're like, I gotta do family stuff on Sunday. I need a day where there's like nothing assigned to it, like a pocket, like a wormhole, and it's like, yeah, you're not gonna find me, and I can't do shit because there's nothing here. All I can do is lay down and sleep and eat and Pornhub and go back, repeat.
I like it when Pornhub is a verb.
Right? He did just make it a verb.
I mean,
every other website's done it.
Yeah, well, you Googling, I guess you could be Pornhubbing. Why not?
Hubbing.
You Netflix.
Yeah, and chill. Yeah.
Right. So why not
support it?
Pornhub and Skeet? I don't know. What will be the accompaniment to it, but that seems right to me.
Do women skeet? I feel like skeeting just applies to men. I mean, women don't really use that word.
No, but
I suppose they can. They can.
Some do.
At least Pornhub says they can. But I'm thinking we need. I don't know. There's got to be a word that fits that can apply to everyone when they're Pornhubbing. I'm gonna think about that for a while. Serge, did you have a high while we think about things to go on with Pornhub?
I did. I am glad the holidays are over. That's my high. This shit is over.
I understand it.
Bring it on. I'm ready for Martin Luther King Day. It's my time to shine.
I'm almost afraid to ask what that means. But I feel like you're gonna jump out of bed, put on your glitter gloves, and like do some jazz hands or some shit. Hey, jazz hands.
I haven't been able to fit the glitter gloves in like 10 years. I got sausage fingers.
It's time for more glitter gloves. Everybody.
I gotta find them. They don't make husky size gloves.
I guess the fat on your hands keeps warm. So
Oh God!
I guess.
Oh, husky size gloves.
I guess you guys can get mittens though, but then you can't use the fingers.
See, yeah, that gets me if I can't.
Yeah, you can't really Pornhub.
Like socks on your hands. Why
yeah,
socks on your hands?
Not right. So for me, I didn't have a true low that I could think of. There was a low, but it's not a low that I'm willing to discuss. So I thought of another thing that was, it's not even a low. It was just a source of irritation. So yesterday, I think that was yesterday. Yep, I was looking at Facebook and I saw this trailer for this Netflix movie, Stepsisters, and it made me want to break my computer, but good money was paid for it, so I didn't break it. But I guess it's a movie where regardless of how the circumstances end up as they are, some black women got to teach some white women how to step on a college campus, and that was enough to annoy my being. I did, and I mean, it's obvious why I thought the shit was stupid. So anybody who's ever listened to this podcast knows why I think it's stupid, and it'll actually kind of tie in to what we're going to be talking about today. So I'll come back to it. But that shit was stupid, and that's my lightweight low, right? And so my high is the new year. I'm glad I made it through 2017. I'm glad I'm still alive and shit. I feel pretty good. I did some stuff to prepare for the new year. I mean, I like to keep my house clean anyway because a nasty house is unacceptable to me. But I did some, extra cleaning to get ready for the holiday. I painted a wall in the bedroom. I'm sitting here looking at it right now, and I just like to stare at it because it's pretty. And spent some time with my friends and family, which was nice. And yesterday was my mama's birthday, so those are my highs.
Yvonne.
So shout out to my mama. She's out here being fast as she should be.
She was looking quite fresh in that picture you posted.
I took that picture of her specifically to post to Facebook to talk about it being my mama's birthday. And Serge, I know you can relate to having a mama that's fast.
Oh man.
Because I know your mama. So every now and then when I step out, I see Serge's mom. But anyway, that is a true story. She's never doing anything inappropriate, but she does get her life.
Yes.
She looks rather fresh as well from the pictures that I've seen. Mm-hmm. She does.
That's a good.
Oh yeah, Teresa stays fresh.
Yeah, she looks like she'd be out there doing the thing.
It's weird because I get the progressive "is that your sister's" kind of comment when we go out now, and I'm like, nah, bruh, my mom. Like,
which is cute for her, but not amazing for you, right?
Yeah, I mean, I know
the same thing happen. Yeah,
I made some less than intelligent life decisions in my 20s that might have prematurely aged me. I understand that, but I don't want to be reminded of that shit when I'm going to the grocery store. I'm trying to be a good son. Yeah, Mom, let's go get some corn chips and a 6-pack of Bogle Chardonnay or whatever it is.
6-pack.
When the wine comes in a 6-pack, Not even a box, but
or the 4-pack. Not a 4-pack, but a 6-pack
Oh,
of
man.
wine. All right, then.
does it have a tab top on it? Because I'm trying to understand how that wine works. But,
Oh, gosh.
anyway, so yeah, shout out to my mama. Happy birthday.
Mhm.
So getting into our main topic, which I mentioned is somewhat related to the impending release of that god awful piece of shit called Stepsisters. Ugh. Today we're gonna be talking about ain't no cookout, bitch, cause ain't none. We today trying to invite these white people to this imaginary cookout anytime they do something we deem cool or interesting or hood or yeah. And so then
Or humane.
right,
Like you're a good.
Basically.
reward motherfuckers just for being regular. Like you, oh, he's not racist. Welcome to the cookout. You shouldn't be racist. That's a bare minimum as a human being is for you to not be racist. Why would I need to give you some potato salad for that? Ain't none. We all out. Ain't none. So we're gonna be talking about the cookout and how ain't no cookout. And even if there is, you're not invited to it. So I think I mean, well, before we even get into why there is no cookout, um, have you all ever found yourself trying to invite someone to it before you realized that it was
yeah,
like with
definitely.
fuckery for you to,
Yeah, I know. I don't know that I've ever legit said it,
yeah,
but certainly in the past, I would think, you know what? That's a white person who gets it, or whatever.
yeah,
So while it might not have literally been, the cookout, it would be some kind of cookies
mm-hmm.
for knowing what and for right thinking, which everyone should have, and so therefore shouldn't be rewarded.
Mm-hmm.
It took me a minute to get to that point where I'm like, well, yeah, that's how you should be seeing that particular thing. You don't get. I don't even have a thumbs up for you. Like, yeah, that's cool, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go tell your people. That's what I think now. And go talk to some of your other folk and enlighten them. But nah, we'll be over here with the ribs and the potato salad and the beans and all of the black folks' deliciousness still with black folk.
But who made
who made what? The potato salad?
That's what I really now.
Somebody's 18. Because I've seen that too. You can come, but you can't bring the potato salad. No, you not only can you not bring the potato salad, but you can also go to Whole Foods and pick up something from their hot food department or something. I don't know. You don't need to come on through here.
Yeah, take it over to that old bland shit that you were gonna go to before someone erroneously invited you to this non-existent cookout. Serge, what about you? Have you ever been caught up?
It was always touch and go for me just because I've always been terrified of inviting people who it wasn't for in the first place. So, yeah, I caught myself slipping a few times, but then I caught myself, and then I was like, but the kind of white people I'd invite to the cookout probably wouldn't come anyway because they're like, nah, man, that's a lot of black people. And you guys need to have your own thing. And I'm like, cool. Like famous people, when people like, I don't know, like a lot of people wanted to get Justin Timberlake to come to the cookout. I don't think JT warrants the invite. Like the white people I think about that I thought about inviting, it was like fucking Tom Hanks. But Tom Hanks would probably be like, me and Meg are gonna wrap up shooting today. We'll try to swing by. It might not happen. Don't get hurt if it doesn't. I'll be like, all right, Tom, that's cool. Don't worry about it. No harm, no foul. Because Tom knows. If a white person knows what's up, then they know that, yeah, I'm probably not going to go to that.
I kind of think you're right.
That's actually a good point.
The ones who know better would decline that invitation politely. But why do we keep extending it? And I know that it comes from um, years of indoctrination of us thinking that, white is right, white is the ultimate authority. White approval is the best thing we could hope to have. And so if we feel like a white person does something that we do well generally, and if it seems like a white person says something that we've been saying, then we get excited and then we want to just throw our arms open and accept them into the fold. I get where it comes from. And I also feel like we have to stop that shit.
Oh, yeah.
One, I'm not going to reward you for, just being normal. Normal is to me, normal is to just be decent, respectful of other people, and to not be racist. That's normal to me. And so I'm not going to make a big deal out of you just being regular. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what the decent average person is supposed to be, that. And so I don't feel like I need to invite you into my space. And also, I think sometimes we forget to cherish and value our spaces the way we should. We're so quick to let somebody come into it. Like, I remember having a conversation some years back about going in your parents' room. It was like a Facebook conversation. And someone had posted something about how they don't like their children to come into their room because it's like it was like the space for me and my spouse or whatever.
Yeah.
That is our sanctum. We don't like the kids running all up and through here because this is our space, this is our place of solace or whatever. And you got to respect this space. And then the minute we flip and let the kids come in here, it ruins everything and it changes the dynamics of the space. And I feel the same way about when we invite people into our spaces. The reason we have to work so hard to even create spaces for ourselves is because of racism and racial oppression. And so when we work so hard to carve out that space for ourselves, why would we sully it by bringing in the very reason we had to create that space in the first damn place? I don't want you in here, and I don't want you in here fucking up what we've established, messing up this peace that's going on in here with just your you-ness. I don't want you coming in here with that. And also, I feel like we shortchange ourselves sometimes. Of course, all Black people can't dance. That's just stupid. But it's a stereotype that exists. We don't all have great rhythm. We aren't all awesome on the dance floor by any stretch. But we are the creators and innovators of like break dancing and popping and locking and other kinds of street dancing, right? So when we see um, a white person who can do those things, we're immediately like, "Ah, you down." It doesn't mean that. It just means that's a white person who also has some rhythm. That's all it means. It doesn't mean that now you have to put her on the next, I don't know, BET Awards or whatever the hell is happening just because she can do a two-step on beat. Goodness. I mean, we little things, we're so willing to sacrifice our space for the smallest of things because I don't know, I guess because that connection, that approval means something to the people who are willing to hand out invitations. And I don't have no invitation. You're not invited. You're just not. You might be nice, and I might even like you, all right, but you still ain't invited.
Shit, it took me years to get my own damn invite.
Okay.
Like, I'm not gonna give one out to you because you what? Because you did the Running Man challenge.
Right.
But I think another part of it is that like it's like you said with the wanting to embrace them because they were able to master a a fraction of our culture, or they were able to use it to their advantage.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they also um, we try so hard to let them know that hey, not all white people, you know, and it's like, nah, man, we walked around this country for years not being able to do basic shit, and in a lot of respects, there are parts of the United States we still can't go without catching shit. White people can go fucking everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere, even to our imaginary headspaces. It's like white people are there. You look anywhere on the planet Earth, where are white people are on Antarctica. You're not even supposed to be in Antarctica. There's white people there. Like, and now, not only are you in Antarctica, but now I have to have you at my imaginary cookout where just for like 5 minutes, I just want to look up and see all black folks.
Mm-hmm.
Can I have that? No.
That's actually a good point. The fact that white people can travel literally and figuratively everywhere. And I hadn't thought about it that way, but there is a lot of truth to the freedom that white people have to navigate wherever they want to. Because, you can have this conversation and there's a certain kind of white person that'll be like, well, but if I was in the hood, you don't want to go to the hood. You won't be there. So there's really no comparison. But the fact that they can, by and large, move about freely when we do have so little space, literally and figuratively, of our own, then yeah, I don't necessarily want to share that place. And not only do I not want to share it, but let's say for the sake of argument I did, then I got to be your tour guide because you have this one piece that got you the invitation, but then there's this whole larger piece that you don't understand and you don't know about, and I got to kind of look out for you while you navigate in this black space. Make sure you're okay. Like when you bring your friend, you invite your friend to happy hour with the homies, and you and the homies are already dialed in, but you want to make sure your friend feels welcome too, right? So you're trying to bring them into the fold, bring them into the conversation, kind of do a little back and forth. I'm not doing that with regard to blacks. I'm not doing them shits. So no honoraries, no cookouts. No.
I remember watching, I don't know, some Black Awards show. I don't even remember what it was. Or it might have even been a tribute show, but whatever. I think it was something I saw on BET some years back. And, there were the usual black suspects there, right? But then there's got to be a handful of white invitees, right? So they had Adam Levine singing, and it was like a Stevie Wonder tribute portion of the show, and he was singing "If It's Magic," right? And so he gets maybe the first few words out of the song, and there's a little pause, and then you hear somebody in the audience saying "White Boy," and I just wanted to break my TV. And I was just like, first of all, why is this motherfucker here? Why are you here? Don't you have something white to do tonight? Like, you don't have to be here. And there's a lot of black people who could sing this Stevie song and sound much better than you do. And yet, here you are in this black space singing this song to pay tribute to this black man. And somebody in the audience had to just point out, saying white boy, like it made it extra special that this white man knows a Stevie song and he's come to perform it for us. And aren't we all so lucky? No, bitch, we ain't lucky because that could have been somebody else. It could have been, I don't know, Peebo Bryson. He ain't doing nothing. Or Howard Hewitt. That nigga got time. But no, we got to get Adam Levine's right ass up here to sing.
Why you do people like that?
I'm just saying.
He hates it when his calendar is wide open at the BET Awards singing that they invited Adam Levine
All
instead.
Peebo
Peebo feels
was
the way about it.
wondering if somebody could stop the rain from falling. That's all he was. That's all Peebo was doing. He had time.
Oh man.
I'm just saying he could have been there, or Howard Hewitt could have been there, or some other older black man who sings songs. I don't know, whatever. I just remember being bothered, even when people say things like, "That white girl sure can sing." That makes me itch. Not because the person might not have a great voice, but why do we have to say it that way? Like, because they sing in a way that's similar to the way black soul singers sing, that validates them for us and that makes them special to us. Just like the music and shut your mouth. You don't have to say all that extra shit and sound like you, I don't know, fangirling or boying over it. It's just, I hate it. I want us to stop it and stop inviting Justin and Adam to everything black that involves singing. We don't need them. We don't need Justin Bieber. What the hell we need Justin Bieber for? For what? Oh my gosh. I could go right outside right now, walk 5 minutes, and probably find a black person who can sing and be good enough to be on somebody's show. It's nothing. So why do we don't need them. They don't run and say, well, let me see if Patti LaBelle's available for the Country Music Awards this year. They don't do that. Those people shit their pants when Beyonce was on the CMAs last year. They were livid. And we stay trying to round up some white folks to bring them to our black shit. We got to cut it out. Oh, I think I just gave myself a stroke. I'm glad I have this wine.
Yeah, I remember that. That was rough on social media.
Oh, those people were so salty. And she was singing a country song with country artists, and they were mad just because her black ass was up there.
And they were big mad.
Hella.
Oh man.
Super mad.
They're like, we made exceptions for like Ray Charles and Charlie Pride and what's his face, Mathis. That's it.
Darius Rucker.
Did they?
You don't mind Hootie
For Ed Darius? I feel like there is.
I thought Darius Rucker was singing country music these days.
Was
something like it.
Accept it. I didn't accept it because it sounded a mess.
I think he could have got on that stage and nobody would have thought twice of it. And then they would have been like, because first of all, it's Hootie and the Blowfish. It's not like that motherfucker came from Migos and then started singing country. Okay? So he was already halfway there anyway.
Yeah, it wouldn't have gone the same had it been 3-6 Mafia. You're right.
Right.
I mean, because in all honesty, I had no idea that Hootie or any of the Blowfish were black when I first heard I Only Want to Be With You. I was like, wow, this is some of the whitest shit I've ever heard in my life. Mm-hmm. And then like my buddy's like, dude, the lead singer's black. No, he didn't say he's black. He said the lead singer's a bro. And I looked at him, I said, who's bro? He's like, nah, man, he's black. And then I went home and then I was looking at it on TV. I was like, oh shit. And I found out his name's Darius Rucker. And we got Ruckers in our family. And my mom walked in the room. His name's Darius Rucker. He's probably your cousin.
Oh no.
Not singing that shit, he ain't. But no, I'm not gonna lie. I sit up there and listen to that. I listened to Hootie. I fucked with Hootie and the Blowfish.
I couldn't really.
It took me a few years.
I couldn't really.
So I was in like 7th or 8th grade when that shit hit. So
yes, I couldn't.
I had to grow up a little.
I like a lot of stuff, and I just couldn't get with them for his voice kind of grated on my nerves. I do remember that he had that R&B album before he went country, and black people were like, if you don't get the fuck out of here, Hootie, because people just call him Hootie like his name's not even there.
Right?
Black people do not give any damns what that man's name is. Is that fool Hootie? What he talking about? Some R&B? Get off the screen, Hootie! And they don't care.
Oh, see, now I got something to listen to on Spotify tomorrow. I'm like, I didn't know he had an R&B album.
There was an R&B album. I remember seeing the video on like BET. It made BET rest in peace. It's still on the air, but it's dead to me. But he was on his video was on BET, and it was R&B, and it was terrible. So country was probably the best option for him outside of the alternative scene. I guess that was best. I think he did what was best for him. But he could get in the cookout. The Blowfish can't come though. Hootie can come through. Or who?
I don't know. There's some black folks I don't want it to cook out too.
Well, I think you make a fair point because Omarosa cannot come.
Omarosa can't come. Stacey Dash can't come.
I don't even speak
Sheriff,
their name.
whatever.
Like,
who's the sheriff? The brother?
Clark.
Yeah,
Clark.
He can't come. You know, it's plenty of fools that is black and can stay the fuck about the cookout. Don't bring it us.
And do we have cookouts? Because I feel like black people have barbecues and white people have cookouts. I think it's weird that it's even called a cookout because everybody black I know says we finna throw some meat on the grill, we queuing, or we're having a barbecue. I don't know any black people who say cookout. Is that regional? Maybe
I was just going to say that.
Regional.
I've heard it's regional.
Time. Yeah, back I went to school in Virginia for a couple of years. And when like the frats would throw, they'd be like, "Hey, we having a cookout Sunday," and I'm like, "The fuck is a cookout?" I'm like, "You guys are barbecuing." They're like, "No, it's a cookout." I was like, "Will there be charcoal?" Really? Yeah, that's a barbecue, son. Yeah, whatever, Sergio. I don't know shit.
Yeah, I think it's a Eastern, maybe Southern thing.
Yeah.
It's certainly not out here. We don't do cookouts here.
Californian, and we have barbecues, and white people have cookouts. But regardless, whatever it is, I ain't inviting your ass. That's what you may not come. And we are all out of anything you need. Fucks and food. We're all out of them.
You can't sit with us.
You can't sit with us.
Not. When I tell you I see one coming and I'm putting my whole purse on the seat next to me, and I'm going to take my jacket off and put it next to the purse, then I'm going to take my hat and put it next to the jacket.
Oh, boy.
Ain't no seats.
None.
Yeah.
And you know what the really fucked up part is that when you try to disclose that, like, it's not all inclusive. My imaginary barbecue cookout, whatever, is just for me and my people. And then they want to hit you with that, oh, well, we're not going to bridge race relations with attitudes like that. And I'm like, oh, fuck. First of all, I'm not here to bridge relations.
Not my job.
You go talk to the racist motherfuckers who don't let black folks into real life spaces. I was like, stop trying to integrate my head. If I want to live in segregation where it's no white folks allowed in my cookout in my daydreams, then let me have that.
Or there's you guys fought so long for segregation. And now for integration, and now you just want to segregate yourselves. It doesn't make fucking sense. Yes, it does. There's a difference between making the choice of the space you inhabit, right, and what that space looks like, and not having a choice and being relegated to certain spaces. If I want all black everything all day, every day, that is my choice, and I get to do that. Different than it was, 50-something years ago? Then get the hell out of here. This is the whole thing. We had to do what we want. Do what I want.
Exactly. You gotta do what I want.
And they immediately say it to you as if your reward, your true equality comes from being able to be around them.
Mm.
You're welcome. We are gifting you with our presence. How dare you not want that? Look at you being divisive. Won't your world instantly get better if we're in it? Actually, it's been shitty ever since you've been in it. So I'm going to say no. It's a hard no for me. So
Hard no.
they say that like, and they act like when we were looking at desegregation that it was about being around them, and it wasn't. It was about having equal options, having equal opportunity. It was not about sitting up under your ass because we like you. None of it was about that shit. You tell me the schools are separate but equal, maybe we would have been okay with that if that were the case, but it wasn't. It was you have a separate school and you have books with the pages falling out and not enough anything. And we have all the nice new shit. That's not equal. So our quest for that, for segregation, wasn't about being around them. It was about having the same rights and opportunities. And they really act like, look how your children have flourished from going to school with us. It's not because of you, it's just because they have access to more stuff now, not because they have access to you. Ugh,
Right.
then y'all making shit worse.
Mm-hmm.
God, no cookout. I can't. You can't come.
No.
I just.
It
I don't want.
doesn't even look like a cookout anymore. It looks like an office potluck.
Ooh.
Pure force.
You know that's Malika's least. Come on, Serge. Come on.
Ooh. No, you said potluck, and my stomach just started to churn.
Okay. She started thinking about cats and stray random hairs and unwashed hands and ptomaine poisoning. I don't even know what ptomaine poisoning is.
I don't know either.
Wearing nothing but an apron.
Right.
See, and scratching.
Yep.
You can't.
Like wiry booty hairs that found their way there somewhere.
On. Yeah.
Hey, I'm just saying.
I know. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. When
you're right.
I feel like everybody, like it's like a free for all now. Because I'm like, if you ask, you put every black person on the cookout down in front of you and ask them, hey, was there any white people you'd like to see here? I'm like, they're gonna be like, oh yeah. And then before you know it, there's more white people than anybody there. It's just like with any place else.
Right. You're right.
You're like, oh shit, we was having a cookout, and now it might as well be like fucking TGI Fridays before 10 p.m. Because after 10 p.m. it's lit. But I can't handle that.
Mm-hmm. I was watching this video of these people at a movie theater when they're standing in front of this big ass Black Panther poster. And they're hella hyped up because, like, look at all these beautiful black people on this movie poster. And they're hyped because they're ready for the movie, like I am, like probably most of us are.
Hell yeah.
And they were talking about how this is how white people feel all the time. We're excited that we see this movie poster because it has all these black people on it. But really, this is white people's regular ass life. Like everywhere they go, there they are. And we are hella excited because we got a poster. And everywhere they go, there's nothing but them. This must be what they feel like. And that way. But when I saw that video, I was like, that shit is that it's so true. We're just so used to being inundated with whiteness that we just accept it as the norm, right? And so then when we see ourselves in any great number, we're like, oh, look, it's my people. I'm so excited. When really, why can't that be the norm for us? I know that we are not the majority in this country, and that's fine. But blackness, at least for us, should be the norm. We should be everywhere, at least in our own world. And we haven't even gotten there yet, and can't get there because we steadily inviting other people to this imaginary cookout who don't belong there. Oh, that white girl got a big booty. She's invited to the cookout.
I don't understand that at all. That is one of those things that just
On the strength of ass, really?
right, and then it's like, oh, it's just she's got a black girl's ass, and I'm just like, no, no, it's not even the right color. It would be a black girl's ass.
It is not indeed. I just yesterday I follow lots of like fashion bloggers and designers on Instagram. I love to look at clothes and whatever. And I've been following this one particular fashion blog for a really long time, some years. And yesterday I was looking at sort of all the pictures, right? And I noticed that probably at least 10 of the last 20 were like of Kim Kardashian or one of her sisters. And so I unfollowed. I just, it's a black fashion blog. Doesn't mean it can only be black people on it. I get that. But why are you hyping these bitches so damn hard? These bitches who are so disrespectful and so anti-black, and people think because they suck all those black dicks that they're not anti-black, but they are. And I just couldn't. I was like, I'm so tired of looking at these heifers when I don't want to look at them and mooching up on some random dumbass black man who doesn't love himself. I'm tired, so I unfollowed. And I know that there are a lot of black women who love the shit out of those broads, look up to them, can't wait to watch the next episode of their show, can't wait to see what, confused, sunken place black man they're dating next. And I just couldn't. I was like, these pictures are like, these are invitations. That's what they are. Look, you can come to the cookout because you bought a fake ass and fake lips and fake everything else to have all the, stereotypical parts of a black woman without the pesky black part. And I'm not gonna, nope. So I'm tired of the cookout. I'm tired of the cookout mentality. I'm tired of us not understanding we're enough and that if we are at the cookout, it's going to be the most lit cookout there's ever been, that we don't need anybody else to be there for it to be lit. I'm just tired of us not understanding that about ourselves. So, whatever.
Do you think if cookouts were real, like real, like if every time somebody said they can come to the cookout, what would it be like if those cookouts were real and then they really invited that person to the cookout? What would be the percentage of this was cool versus, oh, that really went awry? What, that wasn't. I didn't go the way I thought it was going. It just struck me.
I feel like the minute like the DJ starts playing something with N words in it, and these people that they invited to the cookout get to singing all those parts, that might be the first place where the cookout goes awry.
If awry, you mean like bloodshed? Yeah.
That's one measurement of awry. Yes, bloodshed and violence.
I kind of feel like the kind of black people who are quick to embrace, you know, um, mediocrity out of white people would be like, yeah, this makes him even more down or her even more down. She knows all the words to such and such song.
Ah,
Like there'd be us at the
yep.
cookout where we'd be like, I'm finna slap this bitch.
She better
That'd
not
be
say
us,
that.
right? I wish a bitch would say it. Say it and see what happened to you. There's that, right? There's the three of us. But the people who are quick to throw out that invitation, I don't even think they'd have sense enough to be offended.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just be us on some Nat Turner now. I gotta chop your ass up with an axe. So
Mm-hmm. There will be hatchets at the cookout.
Oh, oh my God.
I'm willing
Oh.
to talk about cookout, menu and accessories, but I'm not inviting none of them. But yeah, if there was a literal cookout, it probably wouldn't end well. I don't think it would.
I feel like it wouldn't. It would go awry more than it would go well.
Yeah,
Not the kind of awry Sergio is talking about, where there's accidents and hatchets and bloodshed, but awry nonetheless.
Yeah, it would go awry. I mean, undoubtedly, some of the women who were invited to the cookout would be at somebody's man, in
Mhm.
somebody's man's face. That would not go well because you invite
my
me to
God.
Kardashians or dinners. Of course, they're gonna get in somebody's black man's face. That's gonna happen, and that would not go well.
I'm already scandalized just listening to you.
But I mean,
I don't want it.
part of me would just want them there just to see that happen. Like, I wouldn't extend that invitation, but I couldn't say that I didn't say a little prayer to white Jesus that Sunday prior, hoping they crash it and somebody verbally and then physically drags them. That would be so awesome. There is nothing, very few things are sexier than a black woman beating the shit out of somebody. I'm sorry. I know I'm broken. I'm broken in so
You're
many
very
ways.
broken.
I'm broken in so many ways, but that is one
Broken.
of the biggest turn on.
I can't even judge because how many times have I watched that cable office beat down on me? It ain't nothing I can say. I can't even fully judge you. I can't say I thought it was sexy, but it sure did make me feel good inside.
Yeah, it's a tingly
Off those
kind of.
flip-flops and gave that bitch a 10-piece and
A 10-piece.
it was 10 hits. I know because I counted them. It was, as my mother says, when someone hits another person, bip. I don't know why that's their sound effect, but it was 10 bip. That beat down in the cable office, and it made me feel good. And I watch it a lot. When I'm feeling down and the man is fucking with me, I turn it on and I count the bits.
Malika, damn it. The bips make me weak as hell. I can't. You had to.
I don't know why my mom calls them bips, but and then she hit her bip. I don't. Why is that so much?
Oh my
Yeah.
Oh, that's magical.
Oh God.
10 bips make a family meal. And she ain't even get no strawberry soda. She did nothing to wash that down. Her mouth was dry.
Oh shit! I can't breathe.
10 bips and 2 biscuits, and it was amazing. And please understand, listeners, that we will be posting a link to that ass beating in the show notes. I just want y'all to know that.
She did get a quick 10. She really did.
She did.
Beep, beep, beep. And the way the girl stood there, making herself a willing victim for the 10 bips while this woman took off her shoes. I want to say she put her shit down.
Yeah.
She basically all but wound up.
Was it the one at the
It's like the
cashing
cable
place?
office or something.
I thought it was a cable
And
she
she came out flip flops or the sandals.
Yes. And she
Yes.
had sunglasses on her head, and she hit her 10 quick times, and the sunglasses never moved, never fell off her head.
And then while she was hitting her, she was like, "Pat, pat, pat," and the girl was like, "Ah!" She was making all of these like sound, like little sound, like she didn't expect what was going to happen when a chick telegraphed, "I'm about to beat your ass." For a good minute, it felt like, probably wasn't, but anybody with any sense would have got the heck up out of there. She was just standing there.
You better run.
And I want to say the sister was like, "Oh, okay." As she was taking off the things and setting down, like, come on. I don't know where that girl's been. She didn't know
never
what was
would have
up.
hit that woman like that had that woman not tried to kick her first. She raised that little old sad leg and tried to kick the sister. And the sister was like, wait, what? And then she took the flip flops off and said something as she was hitting her, said something about, don't you ever put your fucking hands on me.
Yes.
And then when she was kicking off the flip flop, the woman tried to raise that little foot again, like she was gonna kick her, and that's when she caught that family pack. It was a flurry of bits, and it was amazing. And I feel like that's something that would happen at the cookout.
But you know what? That's something that I know we don't want to invite people, but damn, it's like if we had to, that would have to be like a prerequisite. Like there would have to be an agreed upon that would ensue because you know that somebody's gonna get out of line. And you know how they like to get out of line, they like to get mouthy, then they like to get handsy, and then they like to turn into that victim real quick, like, oh my God, what? She's touching me.
Yep, as soon
and then you're like, wait, you just punched her in the face. And then when she takes off her shoes and puts her hair up, you want to get scared.
That's the problem.
So if we're not inviting white folks to the cookout for, whatever things that they should already do, if a white person is cool, we're cool, they're cool, blah, 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 and they just want to hang out, like they want to kick it with some folk, where do they get to do that at? Where are we sharing our spaces, guys? What's the shared space that's okay?
That's a good question. And I can just speak for me. I think there are some spaces that are sacred for me that I share with my people. If I got some people who are not black, but those are my friends or whatever, we just create a different space. I don't feel the need to bring them into my everything, right? But I just spend time with them in another space. I don't say, oh, you're white, but I still like you anyway. Come on over here with me and all my people and infringe on this shit. I just say, let's get together and hang out. I don't feel the need to make them an honorary Negro.
Yeah.
And bring them in. If you're cool, we just hang. And that's it. You know what I mean? I got one or two white friends, and that's kind of literal. It's one or two. But when we do stuff, we just do stuff. I don't think, what is the blackest shit I'm about to do? Let me call my white friend. Invite her to it. I'm just like, let's go to lunch. Let's go get these drinks. And then that's what we do. I mean, it's not, let me see how I can have you just infiltrate everything black about me and steal, or I don't know, somehow affect the space that I've established with other people who are like me. I just don't do that. I just do other stuff with them.
Yeah.
And if I was having a literal cookout, if my friends are my friends, right? So I'm gonna just invite whoever. When it was my birthday, over the summer, I wasn't like, oh, I'm only inviting my black friends. My one or two, they were invited. they would have just been here. It wasn't really necessarily a black space we were creating at that time. It was just our birthdays. So whoever is a friend of mine, come and celebrate my birthday with me. But if I was having some kind of Kwanzaa get together, I'm not gonna call them white people and invite them to that shit. This shit ain't for you. It's Kwanzaa. So, when it comes to my non um black friends, they're pretty much welcome with me in any other space. And I've never had any of them try to be like, "Oh, you're doing some black shit. I'm coming." I've never even had one of them try to do that. They just we just hang when it's appropriate, when it's right, and we just do regular shit.
Yep.
So
Yeah, it's the same feeling. Like, hey man, I'm not trying to invite myself to your Luke Bryan concert. I don't.
Why is it Luke Bryan?
You guys go right ahead. I'm gonna be here at the house. And if you want to get cocktails or whatever, I'll be your designated driver afterwards, and we can make it a thing. But no, man, you guys go do your thing out in Wheatland or wherever the fuck. But yeah, it's cool because like I do have a lot of white friends, and like some of my closest friends are white, but yeah, they've never infringed on that. They've never been like, hey, Yan, I know that you guys got this kind of, thing going on. How about inviting your boy? Yeah, no, it's never been like that.
Right.
Because I mean those are the kind of white people that I invite, that I like in my inner circle. It's like, oh, you don't feel the need to be part of something every step of the way, because one, you understand that we don't get stuff like this.
Right.
White people, we don't have sacred spaces that we can exclude people from without reproach and repercussions. It's like, oh well, if we do it, we get hit with the, what do they call us? Reverse racism or some other fuck shit. And it's
You're
like
separatist.
it's like, nah, man, I just need some time for me and my people. You understand? You have it, at a lot of places. So just when my people are like, okay, I understand that, that's cool. Then we have that cohesiveness and that copacetic relationship where it's like, yeah, we get it. I'm not invited to the cookout. Bring me a plate, but I'm not invited.
Right. I might save you a rib. And I think when people understand that literally everything is about them, then they understand why they don't need a cookout invitation. And they understand the entire world revolves around them. And somebody is actually getting a minuscule piece of something for themselves. When they know and understand that, then they're like, I don't need to go to that cookout. I have everything else. I don't have to have that. So anyway, so I guess we're gonna get on to some shout outs. And I'm gonna start it off with my little lightweight shout out. I saw online today that there's going to be a How to Get Away with Murder / scandal crossover. And I am mostly tired of Scandal. I'm glad this is the final season because it's time. However, I am looking forward to seeing a Cousin Carrie, TT Viola hookup. I think that's going to be a really interesting, juicy um, episode. So shout out to Shonda and Nim. Because that's going to be some shit I want. You did. AM wants to have wants Carrie and Viola to have a walk off because they both have some questionable threats on the
You've
show.
never paid attention to the way Viola Davis walks.
She
You
walks
will
like
now that it's been brought up.
She walks like she has a corn on each toe, and Carrie walks like she's stomping grapes. And so, if they had a walk off, it would be epic.
It would be extra epic. I just want them to come down one hallway, preferably in the White House, because that's typically where Olivia does her best stomping. And I'm not super familiar with how to get away with murder. I don't know. Would it be the courthouse? Whatever. Down one long corridor, the two of them talking and stomping / linebackering, because that's what Viola reminds me of when she walks in the hills, bless her heart. I need it. I need that in my life. Forward to that. And
it's weird because I haven't ever seen Viola do that on a red carpet, but for some reason, well, she did walk like that on The Help, but I accepted it because she was a maid.
Right.
And she was tired.
She's downtrodden.
She'd
Yeah,
been
she
fucking
was.
with that little ugly girl all day and cleaning the house. And then sometimes she had to walk hella far to get home from work because bus boycotts and shit. So, I mean, yeah, her feet were hurting. So I accepted it then. But I don't know why it happens and how to get away with murder. When she comes out the house dressed to the nines, she got her good wig on, and for some reason, like I said, a corn on every toe, and I don't know why that is. Mm-mm. 10 corn. Mm-mm.
Like 10 bips.
I was just gonna say that 10 corn goes with 10 family piece. 10 piece.
Those corns are like each a little bip to her foot. That's what them corns are. They're foot bips. That's what they are.
Somebody fought her feet, apparently. But anyway, shout out to like I said, Shonda and Viola and Carrie and them, because I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Right.
Anybody else got some shout out?
I just have a shout out to 2018. Because we're here, it's started, and I am putting out good vibes for all of us this year for, positivity and wellness, and as Al Green would say, love and happiness. You know what I mean? It's been a rough 2 years. 2016 was absolute garbage trash. Not just garbage, not just trash, but garbage trash. And then 2017 has been a little bit better, but we just have had to deal with a whole year of bullshit and shenanigans from the pumpkin spice POTUS. We need to keep this trajectory going where it's getting better, and I hope the incline is steeper this year. So shout out to 2018, because I'm saying that it's going to be good to us. I'm putting it out there into the universe.
I'm going to make it be good.
Sergio,
you have a shout out for the people?
Just to the people, man. Keep living. Be yourself. And don't be afraid to say Black Lives Matter. It's okay. I'm not going to get mad at you. Nobody's going to get mad at you.
Uncle Serge will work for the people.
That's right.
Yeah, and I would say shout out 2018, but I don't share the optimism. I'm more like a 2022. That's probably going to be my year.
You know what? You're not going to unshout my shout out. Positivity is what you're going to do. I said what I said. You're going to take it. Damn it.
That means just suck all the wind out of your shout out. This fool came with laryngitis.
That's what I will let you finish, Alicia, but 2022 is going to be the real shit.
Oh, man.
Shout out into a whisper.
Yeah, he did. I'm hoarse and everything.
Oh,
terrible.
Man. Well, we thank you so much for listening to another episode of Tackling Tomfoolery. We thank Serge for showing up on this evening.
Thanks, Serge.
Awesome to have
Thanks for having me.
Yay.
For listening, and be well and be good to each other.
Buenas noches.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, we didn't sign off, Malika.
I signed off.
I'm Malika Rogers. I'm A.M. Lewis. That's our typical sign off. We didn't do them shits. Just FYI.
Hey, fellow tacklers. We thank you so much for listening to our show. If you're interested in supporting us, we would be ever so grateful. You can donate to the Tackling Tomfoolery podcast at patreon.com/Tackling Tomfoolery. Tackling Tomfoolery is produced by Bren Inman for Evergreen Talent Collective. For more information, find us on the web at www.tacklingtomfoolery.com, on Facebook at Tackling Tomfoolery, and on Twitter and Instagram. Subscribe to the podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, or SoundCloud, and make sure you rate and review the show, as that helps people find us. If you'd like to contact the show, email us at tacklingtomfoolery@gmail.com or leave us a voicemail at 916-573-1065. Let us know what tomfoolery you're tackling. Thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you soon.
The revolutionary wants to change the nature of society in a way to promote a world where the needs and interests of the people are responded to.
Yeah, I like it.
No matter how much money you have, no matter how big you are, how famous you are, like they will still end up stealing your charger and your lighter.
What I'm not going to do is comfort you.
Because they never understand black love. It's black wealth.
Yeah, I like it.
What I'm not going